What's up, y'all? Danger Dave here with NC Scout. Here with you today to talk about what's been going on in our beautiful country these last few days. We've had a left-wing shooter, again, try to assassinate officers and instead killed 2 migrants and wounded the other one.
2 illegals. They were illegals. They were in this country illegally. Sorry they got shot, but shouldn't have been here. Yeah, so let's dive right into this. Had another day, another leftist shooter. It's plain and simple. Combing through his social media, Facebook profile pic is sickle, hammer, furry, whatever, degeneracy.
Family, his mother specifically was very left-wing, called out right-wing for being the reason for a lot of mass shootings following Uvalde. No question as to why he was radicalized the way he was.
No question whatsoever. Anyway. We don't really need to talk too much more about that, give that any more attention than we have. I'm sure people are going to go into minute, irrelevant, stupid details about entrance angles, exit angles, exploding microphones, and whatever other stupid shit. Doesn't matter. All right. Reality is that, just as I said last week, looking over the resistance pyramid here yet again, it's my assertion that we are squarely in the overt category. We're getting close to the top of the pyramid. Minor military and paramilitary actions going on here. I think the question is that everybody has: 1, where is this going? And 2, just what the hell can you do about it? Where's it going? I think it's everything that's coming out. The temperature is hitting a boiling point. The media is doubling down on this. You've got MSDNC running around out there saying that, somehow grasping at straws, trying to blame the right on this yet again. It's ridiculous. And meanwhile, folks like us just want to live our lives in peace and in freedom. All right, so let's talk about what you need to do and kind of what you need to how you need to rationalize this stuff. 1, realize where we are. This isn't a game. This isn't hyperbole. It's not happening. You're in the midst of a color revolution, and this is the early phases of it. So we're in a overt phase, just looking yet again on the Sora resistance pyramid here. Talked about that in the last video. Go back and watch that. So, guy had a inexpensive curio relic surplus rifle. I wouldn't read too much further into that than you need to. Just understand that there's this whole community of kind of weird people that are into that kind of thing. Gun collectors are one thing. The LARPers that are, I'd say under 30, that like to run around wearing Ushankas, they're a little strange in my book. Anyway, it's what I call an indicator. That said, what you can do about it. All right. Understand these kinds of things are going to continue. They're going to ratchet up in intensity. The declaration of Antifa as a domestic terror organization is going to be an interesting thing to watch going forward. You're seeing a lot of screeching and gnashing of the teeth on the left, but they haven't even begun the legal fight on this. Understand that the legal definition fits that organization to a T, as well as all of its spin-off organizations, John Brown Gun Club, Socialist Rifle Association, and so on and so forth. Fits all of them. And there's documented examples of this. They're going to continue this. They're going to continue to ratchet up their intensity. We'll see what the legal ramifications are on that. But what I will say is that if the Trump administration does not do something quick and with a massive severity. You know, rolling up a professor that is a well-known leftist at UC Berkeley and putting them away for, 20 years, 19 years, whatever it is. Nobody knows who that person is. All right. You have to go after somebody and make it very public in an entire organizational network and make it extremely public. You're going to have to do that to even begin to get ahead of this kind of thing. Understand that that's just going to further radicalize the militant left. And for all you guys, libertarians, whatever, that are going to screech about, well, when they gain power again, they're going to turn around and they'll do it, to us. They already did that. All right, they already did that. I don't know where you were during the Obama years. I don't know where you were during the Biden years. But they already did that. Okay, you either have the balls to wield power and wield it effectively, or your power is wasted and it atrophies, because the left wields power. That's what they do when they get in. So, all right, let's talk about, Joe Normie on the street. What can you do? First and foremost, you need to get training. Okay. That really is, where is your entrance to that? Where's your point of entry? Well, I say that getting organizational training is more important near term and more productive long term than getting kinetic training. What do I mean by that? Organizational training, medical, communications, they're critically important. So those two. Kinetic training would be firearms and small unit tactics. Understand that those two things, by the way, are mutually exclusive from one another. Just like if you have a hammer, you're not a carpenter, doesn't make you a carpenter. If you got a wrench, don't make you a plumber or a mechanic. If you have a weapon, doesn't necessarily make you a tactician by any stretch of the imagination. All right, bad tactics are not overcome by a quick split time. Sorry, that's just a fact. So with that said, those are the things that you need to be working on. Now, understand this too. That's not carte blanche for you to go out and act like a fucking retard. Okay? Not going to say that any other way. Don't lose your damn head and do something dumb. All right? Leave that to the left. They're doing a pretty good job of it. Okay? They're doing a pretty good job of it. Don't interrupt them when they're making a tactical error. But for you, I do expect that we're going to see infrastructure attacks. I hope I'm wrong about that. I pray I'm wrong about that. I don't think I am. Lived through a couple of insurgencies overseas, so I know a little bit about the topic.
Especially after what Antifa just did in Germany.
Yep. They are an international organization. What we see here in the United States is only part of it. I've written about this in depth on AmericanPartisan.org over the years, going all the way back to some of my earliest articles when we founded the site back in 2017. You can research those, read them, or not. But, this is one of those, you ain't got to trust me, bro. I'm just telling you what is. So, with all that said, understand where you are, America. And I would not sit and assume that security forces, quote unquote, law enforcement, so on and so forth, are always going to be able to rush in and save the day. Do I hope that they can? Yep. Have they proven ineffectual in a lot of scenarios, this morning included? Yep. They're there after the fact. The actions of an aggressor are usually not predictable, and you have to be ready for those moments. So with that said, folks, keep it sane, keep it military, keep it disciplined, and go forth and be based. Talk to you again soon. Cincy Scout out.